Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So here for another bit of a play around, you know, using up kind of scraps of paper on your collage pieces, and then how to use obviously your collage pieces, if that makes sense. So these are my collage pieces that obviously have already been done, and we made sorry, just put them to one side. We made these tags before using the collage pieces. So now really just going to make some other things with my collaged pieces that I've already made, if that makes sense. That was a bit of a waffly mouthful, so I apologise for that. So I've got these. Now these are, as I said before, these are my actual collaged pages, which obviously this, you know, the digital version of these is in my shop. But obviously, you know, then you're left with the physical collage piece. So what I've done is I've just cut them down. So obviously I made those couple of tags there, and then I've also made obviously these little pieces here, which would be just then, you know, tuck spots, pockets, things like that in a journal. So I thought we'd come and have a bit more of a play and just alter a couple of these pieces really, because, you know, it's nice to obviously use things up. So obviously the, you know, the beauty of collage pieces are they pick up different things, you know, so you've got some with kind of florally bits, this one with this touch of purple here, which actually I've just spotted I've got another one here with obviously a bigger piece of purple. So, you know, that's quite nice because then you can kind of veer away and go in a different direction really. So we'll do them kind of one at a time. I don't want to, you know, be working on them all together. So I've just bought in a few little bits and pieces that I thought that, you know, we might like to use on the pieces that we're making. So this one here, as you can see, all I've done, I've backed it onto some, you know, copy paper, which obviously, you know, I've previously used. And I've stitched around it on the sewing machine. It is obviously just the collage piece there in the background. And then I've just stitched a piece of lace running across the top. Just to finish it off really. So I'm just going to cut those threads. I don't mind the threads hanging, but they're a little bit long and in the way. So we'll just cut those off. Now this is from my new kit that I'm working on for my, I'm doing another beginner's kit. So again, I'm filming these videos ahead. So if I'm talking about things, they may have no relevance. No, because I might have, you know, uploaded that ages ago and things like that. So obviously I use my scan and cut to scan and cut some of the pieces. I'm very much still learning with my scan and cut, but definitely it doesn't seem too successful at cutting quite pale images. So obviously this one was a little bit pale because it had been printed onto cream or, you know, ivory cardstock. But rather than throw it away, you know, obviously I don't want to be throwing anything away, God forbid that we would do that. I just thought I would bring it along here, and actually it goes quite nicely on this little piece here. So, you know, it's nice to be able to use it up. And again, I've just got, again, like an overspill, you know, from that kit that I'm putting together at the moment. So I'll just trim around that. And I've got this little bird, which, to be honest, I just thought these two bits actually looked really nice on here. So, you know, it's a brilliant way to be able to use up kind of all those little pieces that otherwise, you know, possibly would be tricky to use up really. So I'm just going to glue those on. Now this one's a bit tricky because obviously it's got, you know, all these little skinny little bits all over it. I have to say, a bit of an update here. I have got some Yoo-hoo glue now, glue stick. Touch wood, it does seem like it glues properly, which has always been my, you know, reservations with glue stick, to be honest. I don't normally find that they glue and stick down. So touch wood, so far so good. It does appear to be sticking down. However, it looks so easy to use glue stick, doesn't it? And maybe it's just me, but I'm not finding it that easy to use. I find it quite messy, and I mean, I thought, oh, it's going to be brilliant for gluing down things like Doily. No, not at all. Because every single time that I've used it, it's here, every single time that I've used it, I've obviously kind of been gluing onto something else, you know. And I've had to chuck an entire kind of, say, book page away every time I've used it because it's ended up with glue all around it, and then I've picked up glue on other things. And yeah, so, you know, although its sticking capabilities seem quite good, my usability capabilities or using capabilities seem very poor. So, you know, I'm not sure yet. I'm reserving judgment as to my final thoughts on the glue stick. Nothing to do with the brand, completely to do with the user. So, yeah. I mean, I watched Rachel from Roxy Creations, and I mean, she uses glue stick all the time and just seems to get on really brilliantly with it. No, not me. Just, you know, I just got literally covered in it. So I don't know what that's about. Let me demonstrate for you. Actually, I'm not going to demonstrate for you because, to be honest, I also didn't really overly like the way it stuck the doily down, because the doily was really glued down, if you know what I mean. And I know, obviously, that my previous reservations about the glue sticks have been that they don't really glue. Now I'm complaining it really glued it down. What I mean by that is every part of the doily was glued down. Where when I just dab bits of glue on, I quite like that it doesn't look too like pressed into the page, if you see what I mean. So yeah, maybe it's going to be that, you know, it will be much more usable for other things. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, definitely stick wise it does seem pretty good. You know, usability wise maybe not so good, but that's just me. I really am pretty convinced of that. So, but yeah, Rachel, I mean, if you happen to watch this video, I would love to know how you don't just get everything stuck all over you using a glue stick. Just really mystifying to me. Okay. So, really simple, but really pretty, I think this looks. Let me just pull in some book page just to lean on. And I'll just ink around it a little bit. I don't want to kind of make it really dark, but just a tiny bit. Oh gosh, I really need to put a new sponge on my thingamajiggy. Words are obviously eluding me today. There we go. Put a new sponge on there. And just ink around it a little bit. Not kind of going too mad. I don't want to kind of really make it dark, but just a bit. Like that. A bit there. I'll just go over the lace as well a little bit. How pretty does that look? So, I mean, really, obviously, the time-consuming part is making your collage pages. But once they're made, you've then got really pretty, you know, usable pieces that just seem to just kind of go really nicely with all sorts of bits. So I'm just having a look. What I should have done maybe was popped a label in there. Oh well, I will leave that now. Let's have a look. I've got this crinkly ribbon. Could kind of pop. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I love that. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that crinkly ribbon up here. Come on. Again, I'm struggling to now see where this is coming out. I know that sounds ludicrous, but it's just that where my lamp is, obviously, it's like in the corner of my eye, so it's just blocking, you know, kind of my view. Well, it's not blocking my view. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just dimming what I'm seeing, I guess. Right. There we go. Doesn't that look pretty? And then, do I want any bling? Because, you know, I don't like not using bling. I've got a little butterfly. No, not that. Oh, come on, come on. I was actually beginning to get my desk a little bit better. Now it just seems worse again. I think because I was kind of working on a couple of pieces and then they were nearing an end, and you know, I'd done really well and cleared a lot of stuff off. And then of course what's happened, I've started another couple of projects and now the stuff's all over again. And then I thought, oh, I must do another one of those collage videos because we'd talked about that. So it's now more mess. There we go, that looks really pretty, doesn't it? So I'm just going to pop that out of the way to dry. Let's pull in our next one. Which one should we do? I'm going to do this one, I think. So again, I've just done exactly the same as I did with the other one, in that, you know, I've just stitched around it, obviously on the sewing machine, and then just again stitched a little bit of lace down the side. I'm just going to check that I'm in frame. I just suddenly had this horrible feeling. Sorry for jogging the table. Right, so this one, I've got some of my rose cameos and my lady lockets here, because obviously it's got that rose cameo there in the collage. So I just thought, wouldn't that be fun to be able to pick that up, you know, in the pieces that we're actually going to stick down. So let's just have a look. See what we could pop on here. They're all a bit small. I think there are some bigger ones on the sheet, but obviously these are the ones that I have brought along for this this video, so I just have to now go with it. Otherwise I'll have to stop the video, go down, print, you know, print some off. I'll be here all day. So, and I'm trying to do a slightly quicker video because oh, my videos have been just really long lately, so I'm trying to kind of do a couple that are maybe a little bit shorter, because, you know, I realise that obviously it's a lot to take out of somebody's day when the videos are so long, but it is hard to craft in a short space of time, isn't it? Well, I mean, as we know from the 3 and 30 challenges, you know, 30 minutes is literally nothing when it comes to crafting, is it? So yeah, I quite like it like that. I know that sounds very strange. I absolutely love this buff coloured, you know, I guess it's craft coloured card, isn't it? I absolutely love it. I always have just been very drawn to it. I just think it looks awesome. So I might just have it like that, because obviously although she's quite small, that just makes her stand out slightly more and kind of raises her up, which then, you know, makes her then fit okay on the page, doesn't it? Whereas otherwise she wouldn't really kind of, you know, she'd be looking lost on that piece. So I'm just going to stick this down like that. So sometimes it's just about kind of layering up some pieces, isn't it? And I'm going to have her like that, just to the side. Yeah, I just think these are quite a fun way to kind of you know, use quite a bit of your supplies, you know, both the collage in the first place, which obviously uses up a lot of stuff, and then doing like little pieces with your collage pieces obviously is another good way, because you use quite a bit on each individual piece. So again, I'm just going to ink around this, but not too dark, you know, I don't want to make it really grungy looking or anything, just a bit like that. Bit over the lace, a bit more down there. And then I just wondered about a bit more of that curly sort of ribbon, because it looked so pretty on that other piece. So I just wondered whether we could have a bit of that there or something. I've got some little words here from my Timeless Treasures kit, so I just wondered whether we could have any of those. Do you know what? I'm thinking I'm going to cut that border piece off like that. Like that. Cut that down. Oops. That just, you know, fits better there then. Did wonder whether I could have had, no. Right, so let's ink this one up just a bit. But that also helps it stand out a bit more on the page. So just kind of ink that about like that. And then if we just have this running down here. Come on. Oh, come on. Again, I just cannot see where this glue is. Oh, here we go. Because I'm kind of looking at it with my, you know, at my right side, if you see what I mean. And obviously the lamp is on my right side, so anyway, never mind. Okay. Okay. That looks good. And then do we want that there? Yeah. I mean, we don't have to have the word at all, to be honest. Perhaps we won't. Let me stick this lace down though, because obviously this lace has been grabbed by the sewing machine, but is kind of still flapping around a little bit. So we'll just pop that on there. Might have a little bit more bling, because obviously bling is always good. Do we want it in the middle or up there? I liked it in the middle, weirdly enough. I don't very often put it in the middle. I normally go for the, you know, the corner or something like that, but it looks really nice. Oh, come on. Oh, you wouldn't believe what I've done this weekend. I bought another paper pad. What is wrong with me? I couldn't help it. I just really liked it, and oh, I don't know what is wrong with me. I mean, paper, as if I need paper. It's kind of the last thing in the world that I need, but oh, I don't know what is wrong with me. There we go. So that one looks really pretty now. So one more, I think. So let me check the time. Kind of just coming up to 20 minutes. So we'll probably just do one more. And I'll try and keep this at a sort of half-hour video, I think. So, you know, that's not then too, you know, too much kind of in terms of taking up people's time, hopefully. So that looks quite pretty. Now, I had some blue lace somewhere. Just having a look through where it's gone. There we go. Buried. I could have some blue lace somewhere here. Maybe just running across the bottom. Weirdly, might have it kind of higher up. I don't think I've done that really before, but it looked sort of quite nice, I thought, higher up actually. Don't ask me why. I don't know why it's calling me to be higher up today, but just something kind of nice about it, I thought, having it higher up. So just see whether we want a piece of doily or anything behind her. Like that. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? So let's just pop a bit of the doily down there. Come on. Oh gosh, come on. Squeeze that glue out. There we go. I'm using that 3-in-1 because I know I've talked about this before, but my tacky glue that, you know, I mean, I've used that tacky glue for ages and really do love it. But for some reason, it's it marks those doilies. I have no idea why that would be. You know, I haven't noticed it ever mark anything else, but it kind of makes these black marks on them, which obviously I don't want black marks on them. So I'm using the 3-in-1 for the doily now. I don't know whether it does it always or whether it's just when they're coffee dyed, but definitely you know, when they're coffee dyed, it seems to leave these black splotches kind of everywhere, which is really annoying. Right, press that lady down. So she's just a lady from my botanical ballroom kit. So just, again, lightly ink around this. I don't want to go too mad. Like that. I'll just ink her a little bit as well. There we go. And then we've got that blue lace. This is just quite a pale blue. I can put that there. Oops, come on. There's plenty of glue in here, but it's obviously just got a little bit of air in there, so come on. Okay. I'll just pop that down like that. Just press it down. Okay. Just going to cut that corner off because it's a bit kind of pointing out like that, and probably have a bit of bling on there as well. I wonder if that curly ribbon would look pretty on there. Don't know, because it's obviously against that blue lace, but oh, it does look quite pretty. This ribbon's lovely, isn't it? Don't think you can get it anymore, or you know, I haven't seen any anyway. I've had it for ages, and I think I just got it from the Range, our shop here. You know, that is kind of my go-to physical shop. Yeah, so I've had it for a really long time. And it was one of those things that I used all the time. Then it kind of started running a bit low, so I thought, oh no, rein it in, stop using that. And just kind of started using it a little bit again. Obviously now I've not got much left of it, but you know, I'm trying to rationalise in that it's ridiculous behaviour, all this hoarding. So I'm trying to be a bit more rational about things and kind of, you know, use things for what I actually bought them for in the first place, rather than, oh no, I don't want to use that, even though I actually did buy it for that purpose in the first place. So let me just pop a bit of bling on there. I'm just going to put some more glue at the end because there's just a little bit of ribbon that kind of isn't secured, so then we'll just pop some glue across there like that. Oh, don't they look pretty? I was just thinking, we haven't done any with the animals, have we, from the little animal book that we did the other pieces with, because obviously these tags, we used these gorgeous images of the animals from that beautiful pet book. And now we've kind of gone vintagey, ladies, you know, roses, that kind of thing again. So let's move these out of the way. And perhaps we could just do one of these with some animal-y type ones. So let's just quickly have a look. It's really strange because, to be honest, where my videos are generally kind of really quite long these days, it feels like a sort of half video. Well, I guess it is a half video, isn't it, compared to an hour long, which is how they seem to be lately. So it doesn't feel like I've done much. It's kind of like, oh, what's the point in that video? That was so quick. All right, let's have a look. Oh, how cute. Just spotted. And probably the bottom of this book's probably out of frame. So let me just tear that page out and show you what I've just spotted. That squirrel. Isn't that just so sweet? So I'm just going to tear around the squirrel. I'm not fussy tearing him per se, you know, i.e. I'm not kind of doing the tearing as per his shape. I'm just getting a rough tear around to be able to pop him onto the piece. But he is so cute, isn't he? Just gorgeous, I must say. And wow, I mean, that book, I know I obviously shared that book in the last video where we've worked with these collage pieces, but they are just the most beautiful, beautiful images. And oh, it just looks so, so, so cute. Let's just ink him up a bit. Just get rid of this sort of white of him a bit. Just going to ink around this collage a little bit. Again, I don't want it to look really grungy, but just a tiny bit. Like that. Okay. Just going to take him. Do we want him there or there? It's quite nice there, isn't he? Oh, he just looks so gorgeous. Now, I'm just going to pull in these tags because I just wanted to check. I suddenly just had this funny feeling that possibly I hadn't really inked those up, but I have. So I just wanted to kind of check that because I didn't want him going on inked if actually I hadn't really inked those and they looked then really kind of out of keeping. I'll just maybe see if we can pop some doily or something like that behind him. Maybe some book page or something might be nice. Again, I'm trying to keep this video shorter, so I think I'll just go for what I've got to hand, which obviously in this case is doily. So maybe like that. Looks very cute. So again, I'm just going to use that 3-in-1 glue because I don't want to be making a mess of my doily piece with those black blobs from that tacky glue. I mean, as I say, I really don't know what that's about, and it's annoying. Right, let's just now glue that cute squirrel down. Oh, he's so sweet, isn't he? Ah, just gorgeous. Right, makes me feel all autumnal. I don't know why, because squirrels aren't necessarily associated with autumn, but he looks quite autumnal, doesn't he? And I just wonder whether we could have like timeless moments on him now instead. And do I want a little bit of the blue lace? Let's just have a look. Oh, maybe just like that. Rather than right the way across, maybe just a little bit here. Looks quite nice. Or down there. Oh, that's quite nice too. Oh, decisions now. No, I'm going to have it running down the side. Isn't it funny, you know, sometimes I don't know about you, but you put something somewhere and think, oh, I love that. And then weirdly you move it and think, oh, prefer that. I'll just double check it. And when you put it back, you just think, oh, I don't like that really that much at all. And yet previously, you kind of thought, oh, I like that. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. Right, just glue that down, cut that off. Just going to have that little treasured moments, and I'm not going to stick it right the way down. I'm just going to kind of, you know, stick it at the end so that hopefully the, you know, this part is kind of left flapping a little bit. I mean, obviously it's not flapping, but you know, it's not like it's windy or anything, but just so it's got a bit of flexibility. I'll just see if I want a little flower or anything around. I'm just having a look in my tin here. Excuse my arm, just reaching right across the camera. I know that's not great, but just wondered whether I had any small flowers that would have gone really nicely colour-wise, but don't see any. That's quite a nice colour. I don't know whether that's just really odd. It's just, to me, that kind of looks a similar tone to his tail. Oh, it looks really strange probably. You're probably all saying, what? That just looks horrible. Why would she be wanting to put that on there? It looks awful. Right, let me just pour my little jar of flowers. I have started having a bit of a clear up. I mean, not much, not so that anyone would notice especially, but to me, I'm noticing. Well, I mean, I said that, you know, and as I just said, I had started having a bit of a clear up, and now I've worked on just 2 projects, or I'm midway through 2 projects, and everything appears to be everywhere again. So it's just a never-ending thing, isn't it? The mess that's associated with crafting, I think. So there we go. Okay, so that looks really cute, and I've got then another piece then that obviously just goes with my little tags there. So yeah, okay, so that's another kind of couple of pieces there that you could do with your collage pieces. So, you know, if you've made some collage sheets, you know, these are just some illustrations really of the types of things that you can do and how you could decorate them. So hope that you've liked the videos, and yeah, I hope you'll join me next time. Hope you all have a great day. See you again soon. Thanks then. Bye.